handbag priced between $25,000 and $50,000 should ideally attract significant attention. But the Fendi Peekaboo does the opposite. It might cost as much as a down payment on a small apartment or a luxury car in the United States, but it does not rely on flashy monograms, sensational releases, or chasing trends. And somehow, more than 15 years after its launch, it remains highly sought after, collected, and considered a quiet symbol of success. This is something often overlooked. While many hot designer handbags only shine for a season before quickly disappearing, the Peekaboo has held its own, and the exotic version can be in a price range that is almost unattainable. Not every product from Louis Vuitton, Dior, or Chanel can achieve such enduring appeal, especially when the market is tired of logos and hype. Peekaboo is everywhere, but never ostentatious, from New York to Beverly Hills, Paris to Milan, Seoul to Shanghai. Inside flagship stores, first-class airport lounges, five-star hotel lobbies, red carpets, and even in the daily lives of the rich and famous, such as Meghan Markle, Angelina Jolie, Rihanna, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Song Hye Kyo. Next, let us explore the world of Fendi handbags and see if Peekaboo is simply expensive or a symbol of luxury. Within Fendi, handbags are divided into three very distinct tiers, and the Peekaboo sits at the center of that hierarchy. At the very top is the Peekaboo Exotic. Crafted from crocodile, python, or ostrich leather, these bags typically start at around $25,000 and can exceed $55,000 with added Selleria hand stitching, bespoke colors, gold-plated accessories, or gemstone detailing. These are not seasonal items. They are meticulously handcrafted pieces for customers who already own everything else. On the opposite side is the Fendi Baguette, arguably the world's first truant bag. Instantly recognizable, reimagined countless times, and far more accessible, the Baguette is culturally and playfully relatable. It helped spread the Fendi name, but does not hold the same power base as the Peekaboo. Then there is the present. Peekaboo ICU 2026, the revived spy bag and the newer Louis bag, heritage designs refreshed to maintain relevance without losing identity. Compared to its competitors, the difference is stark. Hermes sells a waiting list. Chanel sells haute couture heritage and logos. Louis Vuitton sells global iconography. Peekaboo sells something more understated: structure, craftsmanship, and underlying strength. So the real question is, why is an unassuming, even impractical, bag so expensive and still so popular? To answer that, we must go back in time to Rome 1925. Fendi began as a small fur and leather workshop founded by Adele and Edoardo Fendi. What transformed it into a modern fashion empire was not speed or scale, but structure. After World War II, the business was rebuilt and expanded by the five Fendi sisters, each responsible for a different pillar of design, production, sales, and strategy. From the beginning, Fendi's designs were systematic, not spontaneous. The first real breakthrough came in 1965, when Karl Lagerfeld joined the fashion house. He not only designed clothes but rewrote the meaning of fur, transforming it from classic luxury into something graphic, playful, and modern. The iconic FF logo, short for Fun Fur, was born from this, launching Fendi onto the global stage. By 2009, while the industry was flooded with logos, Silvia Venturini Fendi introduced the Peekaboo. Its message was revolutionary in its restraint: beauty comes from structure, surprise from discretion. A bag designed to be partially open, revealing its personality only to those close enough to recognize it. The Peekaboo was never created to chase trends. It was designed as an heirloom, something that endures through fashion cycles. Of course, a luxury icon will always have debates, discomfort, and criticism surrounding it. The most persistent criticism centers on animal ethics. Organizations like People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals have repeatedly targeted Fendi for its continued use of rare animal skins. In an era where many brands have abandoned fur and rare leathers, Peekaboo, particularly its crocodile and python versions, goes against the sustainability movement, especially in the United States and Europe. Legal hurdles add another layer to the problem. Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species regulations, especially strict in California, complicate the ownership, travel, and resale of rare animal skin versions, turning a handbag into a tangled mess of paperwork. Even culturally, the brand faces backlash over its controversial design inspirations in the Asian market. Peekaboo never tries to please everyone, and that refusal is both its weakness and its strength. So why do buyers accept all of this? Why is it still so expensive despite all the controversy? The fact that a Fendi Peekaboo exotic bag costs between $25,000 and over $50,000 United States dollars is the result of four structural elements that very few fashion houses can maintain simultaneously. First is the extreme scarcity of the material. The foundation of the Peekaboo exotic is the scarcity of the material, not the brand. Fendi uses only the highest quality alligator or American alligator leather, selected according to extremely stringent standards. Any scar, uneven scales, stretch marks, or natural imperfection immediately results in the discarding of that piece of leather. To put it into perspective, finding a suitable piece of leather for a medium-sized peekaboo can require discarding dozens of pieces. Most luxury brands would compromise. Fendi does not. Each exotic peekaboo is also unique. No two alligator leathers have the same scale symmetry, texture, or pattern. That means each bag, by definition, is a one-of-a-kind item. You are not buying a copy. You are buying a unique natural artifact shaped by hand. This level of raw material removal alone puts the Peekaboo exotic far beyond the price of typical luxury handbags. The second reason is masterful craftsmanship. Material alone is not enough to justify the price. The real value comes from the Selleria technique, Fendi's most revered leatherworking tradition. Selleria stitching is done entirely by hand with waxed thread. There is no room for error. A single wrong stitch on crocodile leather will create a permanent hole. That piece of leather, often worth several $1,000s, must be discarded. This risk fundamentally changes how artisans work. Speed is impossible, and precision is imperative. Crocodile leather is also notoriously difficult to handle. It is thick, stiff, and hard to shape. However, the Peekaboo demands a very specific characteristic. The bag must gently collapse when opened, creating the iconic smiling effect. Achieving that balance requires advanced leather thinning techniques, tightly controlled tanning, and shaping techniques that only a select few workshops globally can master to this level. The production time reflects this difficulty. An exotic peekaboo can take dozens to hundreds of hours, involving only the most experienced artisans. This is not a craft that can be mass-produced, and Fendi understands that. Next, the value of the peekaboo lies not just in its exterior. Its interior structure is equally luxurious. The bag's signature metal dividers and rotating lock system are crafted from high-grade metal, often plated with gold or palladium. For very important customers in the United States, bespoke requests may include hardware set with gemstones or diamonds, transforming the handbag into a personal piece of jewelry. Inside, the contrast is intentional. Rare animal hides are paired with a super soft Napa lambskin lining, chosen for its comfort to the touch and durability. The result is a harmonious balance of durability and softness, an interior designed to bring satisfaction to the owner every time the bag is opened, even when no one else is watching. Finally, its symbolic value and exclusivity mean the Peekaboo exotic is expensive because it functions as a social tool, not just a fashion item. In cities like New York and Beverly Hills, the bag acts as a quiet symbol. It represents wealth, but more importantly, sophistication. It shows others that the owner understands craftsmanship, patience, and lasting value rather than cyclical trends. Exclusivity reinforces this signal. Fendi does not mass-produce the exotic Peekaboo bag. You cannot be sure to walk into a store and buy the exact color or leather you want. Many customers must be recognized as a very important customer and wait months for allocation or on-demand production. Ownership often extends beyond the product itself. In the United States, exotic Peekaboo owners can receive lifetime bag care, private previews, and invitations to exclusive events, benefits not available to regular buyers. That is why its price mirrors that of assets like cars or real estate, and for a very specific group of buyers, it still feels worthwhile. In real life, the Fendi Peekaboo reveals its true purpose through its users and how it is used. It is often seen on Meghan Markle, where it serves as a symbol of power and elegance in the workplace. On Angelina Jolie, the Peekaboo becomes a business bag, paired with tailored jackets used at airports and meetings, showcasing intelligence rather than ostentation. Rihanna uses it differently. She chooses bold colors or compact sizes, making the bag an extension of her personality. In Asia, Song Hye Kyo has further solidified the Peekaboo's status as a symbol of refined femininity, high status, composure, control, and aspiration. The Peekaboo appears where status needs no explanation: business environments, first-class airports, luxury hotels, fashion week. It functions as a handbag, an everyday luxury bag, and most importantly, a subtle status symbol, recognized only by those in the know. And that is how it transcends the boundaries of a typical handbag. I realized that the Fendi Peekaboo bag is not just expensive because of the material. I understood that I was paying for the heritage of Rome and masterful craftsmanship. Thank you for watching our analysis video on why the Fendi Peekaboo bag is so expensive. We hope you enjoyed this analysis, and if you did, please like and subscribe to my channel.